Welcome back, everyone, and with week 7 all done here at the Deadlock Fight Night, it's time to catch you all up on what has gone down. For our first match here, we have our former champions DMS up against, well, our other former champions of Buff Enjoyers. Buff Enjoyers decide to respect Play With Me on Wraith by banning it away as DMS respond with a pocket ban. Early on, we see Play With Me doing his patented soaking between lane 3 and 4. As we hit the almost 7-minute mark, we finally see a first bit of action as Listic was taken down. However, the party doesn't stop until Listic says so, as he rejoins, boosted on the zipline.
Listic is going to deny it and convert the kill as well. Oh, perfect timing there from Listic. Oh my god, that changed everything.
With the first appearance in Deadlock Fight Night with Buff Enjoyers, Obikim uses his pick of Ivy to get a free earn turn-in, lengthening the lead.
Did the pre-last stand, and it could have just been a case of we're going to run away.
Pushing onto DMS's Guardian in lane 1 causes an all-out brawl as Buff Enjoyers come out ahead 3-1.
Into split pushing currently.
Play With Me again, the left hook to the face, and you take a look at why everyone's there. They're there for the last Guardian. The rotation coming in from DMS, it's not going to be in time to save the Guardian. Listic, though, under pressure. They might get him as a parting gift. Yamato says it's time to go. Shadow Transformation is up. Moving on over. Goo Ball, activated by Demoff. Again, trying to make a little bit of space, saying, please get off Listic. It's not enough to save Zergy, but that could be where it stops. Still a little bit back and forth here. Now it's Wolfie that's stuck, can't get away, and Buff Enjoyers off the rotate here, Dan. Start turning this way more to their advantage.
As their name implies, Buff Enjoyers don't like it when teams steal away their buffs as they trade out 3 for 2.
Buffs are coming up right this instant. Kelvin investing Shelter just to secure the resources invested for the buff. Continue to increase Play With Me. Finding Zergy in the interim. Listic, though, trading out, getting on the Havocs. And now you see Play With Me, 500 HP and Dream. Listic just shooting away. Gets rid of that. Slightly beneficial trades for Buff Enjoyers, but...
Flash forward a few seconds as Demov and Obikim are able to chase down 2 more kills, allowing Buff Enjoyers to take mid-boss.
Win here on the urn for Buff Enjoyers, able to get Ivy on top of that. In the meantime, Demov rolling around, causing huge problems here for DMS. Saf getting taken down, trying to at least get something back for his team by challenging the Walker. So it's starting to feel like Buff Enjoyers are pulling ahead ever so slightly here. The pursuit continues onto Wolfie on the Shiv. Stone form to stun him, slow him down, and there's more teammates here for Buff Enjoyers coming to surround and finish him off. Great work from Buff Enjoyers.
Oh, they're going for it.
K23, and are they actually doing this, CP? They're going for it.
If they were going to try and steal, it would be questionable, and you take a look at how they rotate, Dan, they said no.
After catching out Hapex, Buff Enjoyers try to maximize their souls as they get the earn turn-in with another kill.
The fight against the DMS team that's pushing an objective. And now we've got 2 players from DMS deep in enemy territory there towards lane 4, and the urn is being carried across, and there's so much reinforcements here for Buff Enjoyers that they are once again taking all of the kills, and there's nothing much that DMS can do.
Obikim showing why he was picked up by Buff Enjoyers with some smart play, dragging 3 players from DMS to the turn-in while his team pushes down the last Walker.
Towards all these players towards that lane 4 Walker, will they try to push the other side of the map and get the Walker 1 and 2?
After being careful and controlled, Buff Enjoyers used their 30k soul lead to end the game.
I mean, they've been basically wiped here, and perhaps that split push wasn't worth it in the end.
I can't say enough about what Zergy did in that fight, too. Zergy using the zipline as just a way of dodging a lot of Yamato damage. Really good movement technique. Patrons coming on down. And for DMS, you got the bullet dance. You got the last stand. We'll see if you can get any pickoffs, but it's not looking good. Patron already down to 40%. Patron dropping. Warden down. DMS not going to do it this time here, Dan, as Buff Enjoyers get their way back into the money match.
Continuing to not want to deal with their 1v1 potential, Buff Enjoyers take away Wraith as we see PS respawn with Yamato. Buff Enjoyers showed a lot of growth as a team as they minimized deaths early on, and instead are the ones to pick up early kills themselves.
You think, oh man, Taz coming in for the gank, and instead it's Taz getting run down like a dog. Demov just rolls on in.
Lich showing Obikim he can also provide value with earn running as PS managed a free turn-in after killing Listic.
To the last point, that was the worst of all worlds. Not only does the buff get shamelessly stolen by Taz, but Listic just becomes a pincushion for Assassinate.
Demov picks up the urn, which ends up causing a fight to break out. PS get 3 kills, but overcommit for the Walker, allowing Buff Enjoyers to turn it around and open up a free mid-boss.
Now, on lane 4 is where all the action is at. Buff Enjoyers and PS looking to try to win this one out over the urn. And right now it looks like the opening kills are going towards PS. Buff Enjoyers are in a lot of trouble here, trying to get out without losing too many more players. Ice Puff comes in. You can kind of use this to block the Veil a little bit, but the maneuverability here is looking lackluster as we try to escape here, but the Assassinate rains on in, takes down Obikim. And PS come away with 3 kills and map control, but can they actually turn into the opposing side with that urn?
Yeah, winning the team fight is one thing, getting the urn turn in is another. Zanya overstaying their welcome and paying the price, and that's going to complicate potential urn turn in here too. Once that happens, Zergy goes, all right, we're going to drop you down. Here's the bullet dance, and guess what? My skin is metal. Together, running away. Metal Skin not going to save it. Drops a nice juicy bag. You got to look towards Litz here. They're not going in. They're not going in. Wait. Okay.
Buff Enjoyers continuing to be one of the best macro teams out there. Take advantage of Michaelis pulling multiple players to lane 1 as they push down 2 walkers.
So Buff Enjoyers pick up the lane 3 walker. Brilliant stuff there. They forced so many PS players to go to lane 1 only to leave that lane 3 open.
And the important thing is gets a flex on Listic though, bursted down.
With a catch on Sharik, PS managed to grab 2 walkers, lengthening their lead.
As you mentioned, is pretty underfarmed here in comparison to some of these other players. Cannot do anything to defend that walker.
Due to his punishment, Listic has suffered this game. He becomes an easy kill target as PS get 4 kills and mid-boss.
If the team fight does go here. Big power spike for Hardeki, and you look here, Listic under assault early in the team fight again. Just going, please make the pain stop. Listic cannot get away. Target number 1 in every fight. Pojilaya Skumbriya with the advantage. Hardeki already in with the last stand. The fall through whip together in on the top. Gets the assassinate. Looking for more. A lot of unsecured souls off the assassinates. Look at that Baghdad. It's massive.
TAS turns immortal with the help of Zanya as Buff Enjoyers commit too hard and PS take the first map in the series.
And the fact that you have a warden this far ahead, that's what you can simply do. Quick swap on the Zergy. Listic moving forward, trying to punish Paradox, might do it this time. The cube, though, denying that. Look at the space generated by Zanya. That's unfair.
The back and forth, but in this tug of war, it feels like PS, they've got like some, I don't know, sumo wrestlers on their side on the tug of war.
And they're about to just shove them straight out of the ring. Sharik melted between Together and Hardeki. It's the last stand, but it's more like finishing blow is where we're at here. Unstoppable going to be popped, moves on forward, gets the Geist. The Patron, the Frozen Shelter is gone, and that's going to be Pojilaya Skumbriya taking map 1 in our best of 3.
Pocket finally gets through the bans and gets snatched up by Pojilaya. But we also get to see support Vindicta for the first time here at DFN. With a very slow early game netting Buff Enjoyers a 4k soul lead, a kill in Together caused the mid-boss to wake up much earlier than expected as Buff Enjoyers get 5 kills and the buff.
A flex slot up for Buff Enjoyers, and oh, no way. No way! Okay, surely, are they committing here? Is it just to get the noise?
As we see vintage Buff Enjoyers spot a 23k soul lead 15 minutes in, they catch up PS over the buff and extend their lead even further.
On this left side continues, and it's going to be Hardeki that goes down first for PS. So Buff Enjoyers opening the fight really well, taking down 3 players, snowballing this one. Pojilaya Skumbriya are in so much trouble to get the pop steal with the Yamato. Is there any kills that he can find? No, absolutely not. And what a wipe there. Buff Enjoyers taking a massive advantage now, 20k soul. 30k soul lead.
After losing 2 players, their shrines, and being almost 40k behind, Pojilaya realizes they have to do something as they chase Buff Enjoyers leaving their base. And yet, the lead was too strong as we see a map 3.
Just Sharik dying. Now, PS looking to get some scraps here, get a little extra souls back into their pile, but I think that 1 cleanup kill might be all they get. TAS falling in hot pursuit, Yamato having the ult under pressure and immediately going down, so the chase down not even being that great in the end.
Sharik will come back, respawn very quickly, but they are just like pounding this very weakened Patron, and they're looking to take this one home, force us to a 3rd, and here it is. Last percentages of life, and that's victory there.
It's not very often we get to see map 3s in Deadlock Fight Night, but here we are as the 2 titans of EU battle it out for the throne. Pojilaya Skumbriya trying to make individual plays unfortunately come out with no kills and 3 deaths.
Oh, going deep here. Sunset trying to make some action happen here on lane 4, and the Cloud. Ooh, the Cloud's doing well. The Cloudstorm keeping Zergy alive, but the fight continues. Oh, okay, getting beamed down, 80 HP. Those towers do a lot of damage to heroes now since some of these recent updates.
Both teams really want to secure this first urn as TAS stops Owikim, but Zergy stops him and gets the turn in right before his eyes.
Assistance, TAS is making his way across. Oh, there's the swap. Urn has not been collected just yet. Great pick off. And will there be a conversion onto the urn? There's still more resistance here for Buff Enjoyers. They're bringing across 3 more players to stop this. As Taz picks up the urn, he's going to try to deliver it. Is there anyone to stop him? The melee comes in. It's a parry though, but unable to collect that one. And the urn is now going to be turned in. Brilliant work there from Zergy.
Trying to retreat from their push on lane 2. Together gets caught, which ends in Buff Enjoyers getting 4 kills and 2 walkers.
Around this mid structure. And these kills are really important here. Pojilaya Skumbriya will lose together very early on, and the push continues here. Buff Enjoyers trying to catch more players who are disengaging. There's nowhere to go here, so Frozen Shelter it is, but this fight cannot be won by the Kelvin. Litz is going to get taken out, and that's going to convert into a Walker here for Buff Enjoyers. At the same time, they're trying to push that third lane as well.
This is going to be the case. Taz can be real slippery on the Paradox. Zanya, though, on the other lane, even though Sharik is in hot pursuit. Taz was able to give him the slip, but does deal with the Walker pressure at the same time. Speaking of Walker pressure, Danny, look at what's going on here. Another Walker down.
Buff Enjoyers just continue to do what they do best, taking their 30k soul lead and turn it into a victory as they finally reclaim their title as the Deadlock Fight Night champions.
It absolutely is. Taking down all of these structures, the base is getting absolutely demolished here. Oh my goodness. It's just all melting so quickly. It seems unfair. But hey, this is what happens when you get that snowball advantage. 40k soul advantage, fair enough.
Stage 2 patron underway. Buff Enjoyers with full rejuvenators. A new King of Europe on the verge of being crowned. Listic just gets obliterated. So Pojilaya Skumbriya not necessarily going down without a fight, but now the damage onto the patron is in. Buff Enjoyers laying it on in. Half of the HP gone. The title of King of Europe now in play. Buff Enjoyers, just a little bit more onto the patron required. It's going down, down, down. And meet the new King of Europe, same as the first King of Europe. The Buff Enjoyers, they are back.